everyone, welcome to my channel. Used to be called Moxie Life. Now I put my name on it because I was having trouble connecting my email to some things, and it was because of my YouTube channel being called Moxie Life. And so when I'd send emails, they would come from Moxie Life and not my name. So that's why my thing says Martha Bangs now, which is my name. But anyway, so hey, welcome. My name is Martha, and I am a mom and a wife and a flight attendant, and I like to work out, and I like to buy stuff, which is what I'm going to show you today. And I'm also going to give you some travel tips. I posted a little while back on Instagram asking if people were more interested in flight attendant information or if they would rather have travel. Oh shoot. Let me start over. So my Zoom went away. Okay. Alright, back it up. So I'm going to start over. Hi, my name is Martha, and this is my channel. Welcome. Formerly my channel was called Moxie Life, and you could probably still search that and find me, but I had to change it because I was having trouble connecting my email, and people were getting emails from Moxie Life and not my name. So it's now Martha Bangs, and yeah, so I don't know. I just wanted to tell you that. But my channel is basically a lot about my family life, my work life, my fitness life. I started this channel quite some time ago, mostly just to use as a format to get my videos so that other people could see them, basically making them for work or for family events and stuff like that. And then about 2 years ago, I decided that I wanted to start filming what I was doing in regards to becoming a flight attendant. I thought it was interesting, it kept me busy, and it was information that I found useful when I was looking for tips and tricks and how to become a flight attendant. So I thought maybe I could share some of the things that I went through or I experienced, and so that's what my channel is mainly about. So welcome. If you have not been here before, welcome, and I hope that you will subscribe and come back. And you can follow me on Instagram or Snapchat if you want to, and those links are going to be in the information down below. So today's video, I'm going to do a little bit of flight attendant and a little bit of travel tips. I did an Instagram question or poll, asked if people were more interested in flight attendant info or if people were more interested in travel tips, because I want to do a little bit of both, and most people, it was about 50-50. So today's going to be a little bit of both. Now, on my last video, I told you guys that I was going to soon be training for to be a flight attendant with a new company. And so I'm currently home for about 2-3 weeks, and just to kind of rest, relax, regroup with my family and get some stuff together to go to training. It's really great to go to training a second time because I've learned so much and what to bring and what not to bring, and I'm definitely going to bring a lot less junk with me because there was so much I took with me that I didn't need, didn't use. But I got a few things today. So I love office supplies. I don't know about you guys, but I love office supplies. I love to go to the office supply store. I love pens, I love paper, I love notebooks. I love all the parts. So I already knew I had some stuff left from my last training experience, but I did want to kind of like streamline it a little bit. I'm gonna put my phone down, so I don't need my notes yet. First off, last time I got a 3-inch binder for all my stuff, and it was really just kind of bulky, and I used it, but I didn't really like it. So I got my in-flight packet, and I printed that out, and then I went and got a little binder. So this binder is only 1 inch, and it's super cute. It's all flowery. So I got this this cool little thing. It is, it's like a pencil pouch, but it has a little strap on it. So it zips, has a little zipper, and has a strap, and then it has a front pocket. So as you can see, I put a pencil in there. But this can go onto my binder like this. And I could strap it on the inside or the outside, which makes it nice because then it doesn't take up room inside the binder. Like my other one was a 3-ring binder pouch, so it went on the hooks or on the rings, And so this way I can put it like this and it doesn't take up space inside, so I can keep all my papers and notes and stuff in there. So some things that I already had from last time were highlighters. I am very visual and I really like to write things and then highlight them so they stand out to me. So I like highlighters, and then I also sticky tabs so that I can, last time I didn't use them much for like, you know, making notes for myself, but I did use them for creating tabs on my notebook so I knew like what section to go to whenever we were working on a specific topic. So that made it nice. And then the thing that I had last time that I loved, and this was actually a really great deal, is a whole pack of, it's actually 20 colored gel ink pens, and I like to take notes in different colors. It keeps me engaged when I get tired, like if I'm starting to like lose focus. If I can write in different colors for some reason, I don't know, it just keeps me engaged. And so this has, let's see, about 14 colors, and then there's two blues, like normal blue, and 4 blacks. So, you know, obviously most people use blue and black the most, but this was only $8, and a lot of the other ones were like $25. So I was like, good deal getting that. And then along with this, must have is whiteout strips because, you know, mistakes. So anyway, that is my little study pack that I put together, and yeah, so that will go with me to training. And then I just got a couple other things. Oh, I forgot to bring over, oh well. I went to Burlington, and I don't like to spend a lot of money on makeup. I've told you guys this. If you've watched my other videos, you know that I am a little bit cheap when it comes to like skincare and makeup. And so Burlington's the right place to go. And so I kind of got sucked into their makeup section, and I've been wanting a highlighter palette, so I got this BB Glow. I used a little bit of it today. And it's got 6 different little shades, and this was only $6. $6. That's a pretty good deal. I think it says regular. Oh, I don't know. It says regular $8, which is not like a huge deal, but whatever. And then I'm a little bit obsessed with lip glosses, and I have one on today that I bought. This set of 4, also from BB, was $3, $2.99, and they're metallic, and it's called Free Spirit Lip Gloss Shimmering Lippies. And there are 4 colors: Gypsy, Bohemian, Spirit, and Hippie. And I have on, which one do I have on? I have on Hippie right now. It's kind of like a rose gold, which I love. I'm super into lip glosses and lipsticks. More lip gloss. I'm not a huge lipstick fan, but I like a little shine. So anyway, and then the last thing I got, which I have avoided buying because like I said, I'm cheap, and I already have like brushes and regular makeup sponges. But I bought a set of 3 beauty blenders. It says they're infused with like different things, but I don't know. This one does smell a little bit like something in there. It smells pretty good. But yeah, so there's a pink, I forget what they're infused with, all different things. I think the black one, I used the black one, and it was infused with tea tree oil. So I actually really liked it. It was quite nice. I think what I like about it is that I didn't realize that the makeup doesn't absorb into the beauty blender like it does when you use a makeup sponge. No one told me that. So, oh, oops. So anyway, I think this was like $2. No, it was it was $2.99. So they were $1 a piece. So I was like, okay, that's a decent price. I can handle that. Alright, so that's what I bought today. I also bought a pair of pants and a really cute skirt and some undies. Always gotta have new undies. Alright, so we're going to delve into my first travel tip video. Well, not my first, but first of this kind. And I'm going to do a series kind of like in chunks of leading up to actual travel. or like the whole process of going on a trip. So this one today, I'm going to do 5 tips to plan, to help you plan for your trip. So this is before you have, you're not leaving the house, you're not packing, we're not purchasing anything. This is just about planning, okay? Just about planning and getting ready. Because I see a lot of people who suffer the consequences of poor planning in their travels. So that's what made me want to do this. So, okay, so my first tip for planning is, well, I guess this is kind of going to be 6 tips because the first one now that I'm looking at has 2. So the first one is to save your money. If you are not a person who has already been saving, or you haven't been planning for a long time to take this trip and you haven't been putting a little bit aside, you need to save your money so that you have enough to obviously purchase your trip and then spending money, food, whatever you want while you're there. Okay, and then you want to have a little bit extra just in case something goes wrong. Maybe that could be like an emergency credit card or something, but you just never know, something could come up where, a car breaks down, or I don't know. Anyway, so you just want to save up, make sure that you have plenty of money to cover what you want. And I guess I put that with because the other part, because this kind of goes into it, because if you don't know where you're going, you don't know how much you need. So you need to do your research. So say you decide you want to go to Cancun, just to make it simple, you're going to have to research like flights to Cancun, you're going to have to research how you're going to get to the airport, how you're going to get, when you get to the airport in Cancun, you have to get from there to your hotel. How much does that cost? Does the hotel have a free shuttle, or do you have to take an Uber or a taxi or whatever? And then, do you want to exchange your money? Do you want to do excursions while you're there? All the things that you need to like think about. And part of that research is talking to people that have gone. I mean, I know so many people who have gone to Cancun, for example. You can always find somebody. If you're on Facebook, if you're a person who goes on Facebook and you put out a thing like, hey, who's been to this such and such a place, I bet you're going to find at least 3 to 5 people who will give you some kind of inside information, or they know someone who's gone and they'll ask for you. And then also, of course, Googling. The thing I've noticed about Googling things is, it can end up being very editorialized because it can go off of other things that you search for. So like we didn't go to Cancun when we went to Mexico, we went to Puerto Vallarta because people told us it was unsafe. And now that I'm looking into it and hearing more about it, I'm realizing that probably wasn't really the case. People hear one bad thing happens and then, they shut it down, which is kind of like air travel. The one plane crash happens and no one will fly, but a million cars crash every day and everybody's still driving. So it just, be sure that when you're going online and you're researching, just really try to broaden your search and look into where you want to go and the things that you can do while you're there and how much those things are going to cost. All right, so next one. My recommendation, now this isn't like do or die, but I have seen a lot of people get screwed because they've done this, not necessarily because they've done it, but kind of because they haven't really, they've like had tunnel vision when they've done it, and that's using a travel site such as like Expedia or Hotwire or whatever, hotels.com. I am not saying these are bad. I use them and I have used them. But what I have learned is you have to really look at what you're getting. Really research if you're flying the connections. There are reasons why those flights are super cheap. It's because you don't have time to get to your next flight. And they've made this connection ridiculous. So if you have one tiny bit of delay, you're not going to get to your connecting flight. And there's certain airports that have a reputation because of weather, because of issues, that there are constantly delays or cancellations. So you do not want to put yourself in that kind of where you're stuck, and you can't adjust. Sorry. Okay, So research the connections if you're flying, and research refund and cancellation policies, because a lot of times you could cancel of your own accord, but they're not going to give you any money back, or very little. And then also, I've seen this happen. People's flights, hotels, whatever, they get canceled just without any, I mean, they basically reserve the right to cancel on you, and you can't do anything about it. You just can't. Like, there's no fixing it. You can't, and you think you bought an American Airlines ticket, but you didn't. You bought an American Airlines ticket through someone else. It's like buying a ticket from a scalper. Like, if you buy a ticket from a scalper and it's for the wrong day, you already missed the concert, if you go to the ticket counter and tell them you want a refund and you want to go to a different concert, they're going to tell you, bye-bye, no. So it's that same type of thing. And I would say the only reason you would want to use a travel website, if you really have researched it and you know for a fact all the details about your trip, or you get really great benefits or perks from doing it, because I know there's people that are signed up to be, they like do reviews and stuff, and so they get, I don't know, they get points or whatever. So I don't even know how that works. I've never done it, but I've heard that some people do that. So I would say that would be the only reason. Like, you know for a fact this is going to go smooth and there's not going to be any issues, or you get great perks, or you have some kind of backup plan for that. I always say to people when they have these crazy connections and they bought them through some third-party website, that I tell them, like, you should always buy your airline tickets at least through the airline, and here is why. It may look a little more expensive, but you have cancellation, there's a cancellation policy. You can rebook. They'll automatically rebook for you if you miss a connection or whatever. And a lot of those third-party sites, they won't do that because they're not the airline. The airline gives them a certain number of tickets to sell for cheap, and then that's it. You're done. You're stuck. So that's that. All right, number 3, make sure that you have all your documents set up. You will probably need a driver's license or some sort of ID like that. And I don't know about all states, but I know in California you now have to have the real ID. So you have to bring, when you go get your license renewed, if you think you're going to be traveling, you bring your birth certificate. And I think there's something else you can use. Bring your birth certificate and maybe your passport, but you don't need real ID if you have a passport. So I don't know, don't quote me on this, but so yeah, you can get that real ID, so you don't have to, I think you can do that and you don't have to have a passport. No, I don't know. Anyways, check how it is in your state if you need real ID or not to travel. But you definitely are going to need some form of ID. If you're traveling internationally, you're going to need a passport. And some countries you're going to need a visa. Some you can get very easily, like no problem, over the internet in the mail. Some you have to go to like a certain office and actually like fill out paperwork and show them your passport. So make sure that you check into that. That's part of your research, finding out what documents you need in order to travel safely in and out of the countries that you're going to, if you're going internationally. Alrighty, and number 4, you want to inform your bank of your travel plans. If you are going to be traveling internationally, especially if you start using a credit card out of country, sometimes they will flag your bank account and lock it down. You don't want that to happen, because then what are you going to do when you're there? You got no money. So you want to do that and inform your bank, and then plan for your money, how you're going to buy things. Excuse me. You need to inform your bank, as I said on the last one, and then also you probably, if you're going to be using credit cards, let your credit card company know. You just call up the 1-800 number, and they'll put a little note on there that if you're spending money in Thailand, that it's not somebody who has stolen your number and is trying to buy a bunch of things that you don't actually know about. So, and then you need to decide if you're going to exchange any money. And I definitely recommend researching this because when we went to Dublin, went to Europe and all that, we did not exchange money. And it was very easy to use our credit cards. We did not really need to exchange money, and we were going to like 4 different countries, so we didn't really want to deal with that. But when we went to Mexico, it was actually easier to use the Mexican currency, the pesos and whatnot, whatever else they have. I guess that's it. Pesos. Anyway, so that's what we did there. We actually exchanged our money, and it was, and I think it also depends on the exchange rate. Like exchanging it back sometimes costs or something. So sound really intelligent there, but anyway, so yeah, you want to definitely check into like how exchange goes in the country that you're going to if you are traveling internationally. If you're just going to South Dakota or whatever, obviously you still want to let your bank know. Probably if you don't really travel a lot, I'm always using my card everywhere, so I think my bank has just figured it out that I travel. But if you are always California like 24/7 and then you go to Florida, they could probably figure it out, but just make sure, you know, in case you're making like a big purchase or something, you want to make sure that they don't lock your bank account down, because that would suck. And I think that is my last tip. Let me double check yep, that's my last tip. So those are some tips to help you prepare to prepare. Plan to plan. And my next one is going to be, hold on, I'm going to tell you. Don't you go anywhere. All right, my next travel. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Click the little bell if you want to be notified of new posts. And my next post is going to be, or my next video with travel tips is going to be packing for travel. So I hope you will join me for that. See you next time. Have a great day.